MashaAllah. الشير بيجي الشير
So much so, we emphasize and we speak about the family and about the quality of a family and about the characteristics of a family. Still, it is not enough. It's not suffice. You and I, brothers and sisters, the parents would like to be continued. How do you want to be continued? Your life to be continued another 200, 300 generations until the day of judgment. Yes, you can. You can achieve two things. You can be continued by your children and by your grandchildren and by your great-grandchildren. If you put the seed of iman and faith and taqwa and the lessons and the legacy of Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam in his teachings, then until the day of judgment, you are alive. You are alive. Otherwise, even if I myself and I don't bring up my child with the legacy and akhlaq and etiquettes of Rasulullah, Ahl al-Bayt and Imam Hussain, I am already dead. Even if I'm talking, I am dead. I am nothing. The only difference is I move a little bit. The only difference between me and the other dead people is they are 6 foot underground and I'm above the ground. That's the difference. But even I would be worse, because those dead people, they could have been good people. They would have been righteous people. And on this note, brothers and sisters, it is so important, as I said, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given so much importance. In Karbala, one of the beautiful image and the sacred and blessed image of Karbala that picture a family for us and the respect of the family. The young ones to the older ones and the nephew to the uncle. And you will see, wallahi, if you listen, and I will share in 5 minutes the words of Hazrat Qasim bin Hassan al-Mujtaba alayhi salatu wassalam. Wallahi, your mind will baffle, brothers and sisters. He said, Ya Allah, what sort of tarbiyah, what sort of akhlaq and etiquette is this? How the parents raised the child to that position and to that status that you and I today, we will be surprised. And as I said, for my brothers and sisters, that the importance of these 4 things that I mentioned in our language before. Number 1, the parents has got utmost impact on the children. And the parents make sure, in one point, that when the father is the one who chooses his wife, because normally when a person, a young man, is ready to get married, then of course normally the man and the male go and ask the hand of the ladies for marriage. But there is not other way around. But in the history, brothers and sisters, there was one lady. Normally 99% of people, man goes and asks the lady's hand to marry. But there is one lady in the history, Sayyida, the master of the ladies, the chiefs of the ladies. She asked the hand of a man to marry. Instead of man asking her hand, she asked the hand of that man to marry. You tell me who was that lady? Khadijat al-Kubra. Ahsantum, jazakumullah. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Khadija salamullah alayha. When our sisters, when our mothers, when the fathers, when you brothers and sisters, when you find a good young boy, Wallahi, if I would have daughters, I would have done it. Wallahi, I would have done it. I have my brothers here. I wish I would have that gift to offer to my believing brother, a mu'min brother, my daughter, to be in his hand, to be her husband. If you find a good mu'min man, please facilitate the situation with dignity to somehow indirectly facilitate it, that let that man to come and ask your daughter's hand to marry your daughter. It is not shame, brothers and sisters. It is not shame. And there is so many stories in the time of Rasulullah, they learned from our Prophet. And next time, inshallah, so now tonight, I don't want to share the stories, it keeps coming, but I would like to ask my parents, respected parents, please.
الأحبة وخاصة فقدان الوالد.
یکی از سختی‌هایی که در دنیا هست به معنای عسر داره، یکی از دوستانی که از دنیا از دست میدیم مخصوصاً پدر.
وفقدان الوالد إذا كان اليتيم طفل قاصر لم يبلغ الحلم بعد، ومن المحتاجين أيضاً ومن الفقراء.
و مخصوصاً این خیلی سخته برای خصوصاً بچه‌های خیلی خرد داشته باشه که هنوز نوجوانم نشده.
عسر بمعنى الكلمة، عسر عظيم، لكن الله سبحانه وتعالى أردف اليسر مباشرة مع كلمة العسر.
مگه هر چی که عسر کلمه عسر خیلی سخت و دشواره، خدا ردیفش مقابل زود قرار داده یسر که راحتی و آسانی رو.
وأن من أهم مصادیق اليسر هو وجود المؤمنين، وجود المحسنين، وجود من يهمهم أمر هذا اليتيم.
عسر یسر که انشاءالله مرادف شده یکی وجوه روحای شما مؤمنین هست که دستای از اون یتیما رو میگیرید، اونا رو لبخند یا خنده دلبی از اونا میرین. اینا خدا شما رو وسیله قرار داده یسر برای از اون یتیما.
من هذه المقدمة إخواني، أنا مو غريب عليكم، إحنا صار
Second and louder salawat. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء المرسلين، حبيب الله العالمين أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد. وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المنتجبين، لا سيما بقية الله في الأرضين. الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا هدانا الله. الحمد لله الذي جعلنا من المتمسكين بولاية سيدنا أمير المؤمنين علي بن أبي طالب. أما بعد، قال الله تبارك وتعالى في كتابه الكريم: يا أيها الذين آمنوا لما تقولون ما لا تفعلون. صدق الله العلي العظيم. أجمع الصلوات. Assalamu alaikum, brothers, sisters, and respected scholars. I thank the hosts for inviting me and allowing me to give me the chance to speak here, as I'm not the Ahlul Bayt Center, but alhamdulillah, I've had the opportunity to speak here as well. Now, I know most of you are tired. You're feeling a bit tired now, it's a bit later. So inshallah, I won't take too much of the time that we have. And inshallah, I want to discuss some of the fundamental factors in our identity. Inshallah, I'm going to be following these up with the following nights, inshallah, hopefully a bit earlier, so you have more energy to be with me, for us to truly understand ourselves. For we have a famous rawai from Imam Sadiq, "Man arafa nafsa faqad arafa rabbah." He who knows himself knows his Lord. So for us to truly identify ourselves, we can truly identify Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because what other reason do we come to the majalis of Abu Abdullah, if not to build our own selves or build our souls? 365 days a year you're building your bodies. make sure to enrich those souls as well while you're here. When you come to these majalis too, be reminded of yourself, of your soul. So inshallah, we'll begin this discussion. And tonight I hope to start this discussion by first looking at the important fundamental factors that influence us. From the moment that you're born to the moment that you die, there are many different factors that affect and shape our character. For our character, we have to pay attention to these 4 factors. If one of them goes wrong, we're led astray. We see many times in people's life, one of these 4 factors have caused them to go into the wrong path. So it's really important for us to make sure that we understand. So inshallah, we can begin with your loudest of salawats. Which parents has Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chosen for you? And as parents, if we're here, how are we raising our children? Because when children are first born, every single child that's born on this earth is born in a state of fitrah. Fitrah is a completely clean state of knowing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and being completely aware of Him. As they grow up, the first people that are in charge of growing them or teaching them are the parents. The mother is this heart of the household. The household revolves around her. So it's important that you have the best mothers. And the father is the one who is the protector of that household. And as the father, he has to be in charge of making sure to defend that child and give it the best life that it should be given. And Imam Sajjad alayhi salam, he says in one of his rawayas, and the right of your child is that you should know he is from you, and that he will be ascribed to you in this world due to both his good deeds and his evil deeds. As parents, be very, very, very attentive to this. Your child will be ascribed to you in his actions. Your child and you are not different. On the day of judgment, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will say, "Oh Fulan, why is it that your child has been led astray? You did not do enough." His actions are now attached to you. And on the flip side, if we look at the other side, the child who is a great child and he does so much
شهر دارم عهد اسماعیل خلیل